Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be talking about cheap 4x5 cameras. And I already did a version of this video with the Graflex 4x5 and a bunch of lenses. But this time I'm only going to focus on a specific type of 4x5 camera. And those are monorails. Nowadays, most people shooting 4x5 want to go out on trekking trips or mountaineering or whatever it is. And they want to have a small, lightweight camera. And 4x5 field cameras have become pretty inexpensive with Intrepid camera. But I think a lot of people are looking over monorails and how good the options are. Remember that monorails used to be the studio camera for everyone. The P4 that I have here is a monster for the studio. And it worked really well. But nowadays, those cameras, as nobody really wants them, they've gone down in price quite a lot. The P2 still has a pretty hefty price, but a lot of these cameras on the table right now are pretty inexpensive compared to what they were new. If you want a new monorail camera, CNR probably still does something, and Linhof has their Technic card in, and you have standard cameras, which is a 3D printed Kickstarter that came out, which I'm going to be receiving very soon. But first of all, you don't want to forget about the Callamet monorail camera that we have here. This is basically, I think Ansel Adams used one just like this. As you can see, it's very bulky and simple, but it has pretty much all the movements you'll need, and it packs fairly small once you clamp it together, and the rail is long, but you can probably unscrew some parts of the rail or take it in a little, you can even hold it in your hand. This camera is not that heavy, and these cameras are easy to carry around. So you could just take it around like this and then set it on a tripod and you're ready to shoot. So the good thing about the monorails is they are extremely good for movements. They're very rigid, they're very simple to set up because they're usually kept in that position, and you can change bellows most of the times. Then another camera that to me is the biggest bargain out today is the CNR F1 and F2. This is part of a CNR F1, kind of bought it for a couple things and I actually made a video about it. But this camera is extremely lightweight, and the F for the F1 means field. You can change the bellows with all the CNR cameras, so basically pop this open, you can take the bellows off and you can see it's just 2 frames. These bellows change for wide angle bellows or anything else you feel like, and all the parts are interchangeable mostly with the P2. So the rails are, the adapter for the tripod, so basically what clamps onto the monorail, the bellows are, the lens boards are, the film glass focusing is, and all that. So the CNR F2 and F1 to me are the biggest steals in monorails nowadays. And then I have this, which is pretty special. You don't see this every day. This is Toyo VX125. And this camera is, as you can see, extremely small. And wait, let me fold it all the way. This is how big it is. Basically as wide as my hand and not much taller than a hand and a bit. And this has a little button and it extends, which you probably can see in the video. Has a little monorail inside, and this will use basically all the 150 lenses or the 125 lenses, probably even 90 lenses and stuff. Bellows are interchangeable, all the movements are geared and all that, which makes it so nice. That's the thing most people forget about large format monorails, is that usually all the movements are geared. There's no guessing and kind of fiddling around like happens with a Chamonix camera or with a Linhof camera, Vista cameras, or whatever field camera you want to choose. But these cameras are extremely sturdy and well made. For that, the reason is that they're heavy. Most people don't want them. So I highly recommend you go check out a monorail. There's a bunch of them. There's also a Toyo GX, which in Japan you can buy them for like $90 plus shipping, which is a total deal. So if you're starting with large format and you're interested in something that maybe fits your budget, but you want some sturdiness and quality, go for a monorail. Don't go crazy saving for a field camera, because they usually are more expensive or way more fiddly and not so easy to learn at the beginning. So I highly recommend people start with monorails. I actually teach workshops with these same monorails, and I highly recommend them. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to explain for the cheap 4x5 cameras. Yes, I know they're big, they're bulky, sometimes heavy, but they're a great solution. So if you can bear with those small things, even for 8x10, you can buy some monorails that are pretty inexpensive. So if you can bear with that, I highly suggest these cameras. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll be making videos on the lenses and all that for these cameras and bellows and the differences of the cameras. So just let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.